everybody. Welcome to the Park Flyer Podcast. This is Michael from Arizona, and with me is Jay. He's behind the camera, and we're in the shop today. And for 2022, we thought we'd try some new things, and one of them is some of the things that we do around the shop or in our hobby rooms to make our airplanes look more realistic, or some of the techniques that we use. And so my part today is on weathering. I got a big L39 that I purchased not too long ago, and it's a big turbine jet, but it's always nice to have the military look and do a little bit of weathering. And I know everybody has their own technique, but this is mine. So basically you want a mechanical pencil, a little bit of lighter fluid. That's what I use. And then I just use either a rag or a tissue. Either one will work. So I've kind of started on this, but what I'll do is I'll show you a little bit more of what it can look like. But these basically are panel lines. I just take my mechanical pencil and I draw inside the panel lines, and just make. It's all right if it breaks occasionally. Don't put a lot of pressure in there, but you just want to follow the panel line. Kind of give it a little bit of graphite in there, and then you have these rivets. So I kind of go around the rivets and kind of make those a little graphite there too. It kind of makes them stand out a little bit. You can kind of see it as I go around there. That kind of gives it a little outline. And then what I can do is I can make a little bit more of graphite right here. I just take my finger and I just streak it right too. You can kind of see how that's starting, and it just kind of gives that little realistic look, like it's coming out from under the panel line. You can do a lot, or you don't have to do very much at all. It's really up to you. It's individual. Some airplanes obviously are dirtier than others. If you really want to get it to look a little bit more weathery, we can take some of this solvent, the lighter fluid solvent. I put it on this little tissue, and then going in the same place that I am here, we'll just go straight over it, and it kind of makes it wet. It'll evaporate, and it gives it that little look of kind of that weather that kind of goes down. It kind of smears that. Not really hard. I don't do it really a lot, but just kind of give it that streak, and it'll kind of evaporate, but it'll leave that watery look, for kind of that realistic weather look.
So quick question. So with the lighter fluid, does it damage? I mean, for this is a monocoat, or is this?
This is actual paint.
Paint,
yeah.
Yes.
So this is actual like a two-part epoxy type paint. It's auto grade paint that they paint at the factory. And believe it or not, lighter fluid can be used for a lot of stuff. It's not real harsh. As a matter of fact, if you play guitar, you can use this on your fretboards, on the wood fretboards, to clean the fretboards. So people use it for a lot of different things, not just the lighters, but you can get it at Walgreens or somebody that sells it, and so I don't necessarily know if I put it on foam, like your Blue Core foam. I've never really tested it on a Blue Core. If it's on a Blue Core or if it's on foam, I'll just take the pencil and I'll make a couple lines, like dark. Maybe get not a mechanical pencil, but a number 2 pencil, and just make it kind of rub it. And then I'll take a tissue and then just kind of rub the tissue right on it, and kind of makes little streaks. My A10 is like that.
So if you do that, do you go over it, like with Minwax or?
No, obviously the graphite's going to stay. It'll actually impregnate a little bit on this type surface. It'll stay there. Like if I rub this part that we just did, it doesn't really come off. But if I was to scrub it with Windex or some sort of a harsher chemical, soap and water even, it would take it off. So I just kind of leave it on. Over time it's gonna kind of wear in there. But like my A10 looks really, really weathered. I mean, it looks like it's battle worn almost. It's got a lot of graphite on it. My hands were, covered in
and so you didn't go, like I said, so you didn't have to like spray it with a clear
You can,
finish.
if you want it there and you don't want it to disappear, then yeah, go ahead. But in my eyes, once your airplane is sprayed with the clear coat, it's that way all the time. So with this way, it's going to change over time, because every time I rub it or if I wipe it down, it changes. It gets some of the graphite will change, direction maybe, or it wipes some off. So every time the airplane flies and it gets kind of taken care of, get stuff on it, and it kind of changes it just like a real airplane would. So that's my technique. Feel free to get us your technique on the Park Flyer Podcast listeners group Facebook page, or send us an email with your techniques at the Park Flyer Podcast at gmail.com. So from here in my shop in Arizona, I'm Michael.
And behind the camera, I'm Jay.
We'll see you later.